Happy Tuesday! Scan and cut day! Got 4 hours today. I know, a double launch this morning, and then 12 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock, and I've got loads to show you, which is really exciting, and lots to teach you too. So we're going to get stuck into some demos. But because we've got 2 hours, we can kind of go and not rush it all, so you can see exactly what you're getting. First of all, let me introduce you to our team this bright and sunny Tuesday morning. We've got our Sam and cameras.
Morning.
We've got Andrew producing.
Hello.
Are you doing cameras as well, Andrew?
No,
not cameras. Oh my goodness me.
Yes, I'm doing cameras.
Thank you. See, it began with the same letter. Kind of got there. Right, so where can you watch us and how can you shop? So you can watch us on YouTube, on your big TV, if that's what you want to do. You can also watch us on Facebook, Instagram, and on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop with us on either of our social platforms, we're going to show you a product, and that product will have a code, and all you're going to do is type shop and then that code into the comments underneath the live video, which is great, so you don't need to miss a second. Then we're going to send you a message regarding that order, and in that message there will be a link. When you're ready to turn that order into Happy Post, you're going to click on that link and that will take you to our website, highlightcrafts.com. You're going to log in to your account. If you haven't opened one with us yet, please do so because it's free, and it automatically makes you a club member, which is also free, which is the price we like, isn't it? So log into your account and then check out and you'll get your discounts. If you're watching us on our website, highlightcrafts.com, you can literally add the products that you want to your basket. You'll get a little red shopping bag appear at the top of your screen where all your goodies are stored. And when you're ready to check out, click on that basket, log in, and that will take you through that checkout process. Right, we've got a quiz. Well, one of Andrew's quizzes, you know, we have to guess what it is. So 5 clues, and you have to guess what it is. So we're going to do that, and then we'll spin the wheel, and we'll have a winner. We're doing 2 this hour, Andrew.
Yeah, I'll make something up for the second hour.
Andrew's going to make something up for the second hour. Right, so clue number 1. One of my favourite all-time movies, this. Film number 1. This film was released in the late 1980s.
That narrows it down.
It's going to be a day today, isn't it? Me and him. It's going to be a day. Right, shall we get stuck in? Because I've got lots, as you can see, to show you. Now then, last week we launched our most recent Tattered Lace archive bundle, which was fabulous. So you got 4 full Tattered Lace USB content as SVG files for $49.99. So let's start with that, shall we? Because that's a good place to start. So first of all, you're going to get all of this little lot. Now there's 311 folders on here. When these first came out, and I'll tell you a little bit of the back history of these as well, because it's quite interesting. So many, many moons ago, well, 9 and a bit years ago, when we launched ScanNCut in the US, there's lots of different companies there. And I didn't know Stephanie very well then. I knew her to say hello to, but I didn't know her like I know her now. And she was launching a big Tattered Lace collection, and she came up to me and she said, right, I'm going to make this decision now. If somebody buys one of our dies, they can physically cut it out with in the die cutting machine, scan the die cut into their machine, save it to the machine's memory, and manipulate it and resize it, which was amazing. But what we found along the way was that a lot of the Tattered Lace dies had very, very tiny elements. And the ScanNCut needs a 3mm turning point to be able to go in, rotate, meet itself, and come out. So some of them weren't cutting as cleanly as we would have liked them. So I went to a meeting with Brother in Manchester. The guys from Japan had flown over, and we were sat opposite them at this big board table, and they're typing in all these things and bringing up all these images of what they were releasing next and what their new designs were going to be on their little design cards. And they looked at me and they went, do you like them? I said, I do like them, but do you know your machine can do this? And I typed in Tattered Lace, and all these beautiful images popped up, and they went, oh, I was like, yeah, I know. So what we did then was go back. We took the file from the die and we converted it to an SVG file, which is a scalable vector, which means that as you make it bigger, it doesn't pixelate, it's written in a different way. So what's really cool about that is that then you can resize all those designs. So we started to sell them on USBs, and the USBs were $79.99 each full recommended retail price. You then got your club discount, and sometimes we did a deal, but they were, I mean, they're packed full of content, so it was worth every penny. We sold thousands of them. What we've done now is gone back into that archive and dropped the price massively. So instead of paying $79.99 each, you're paying $49.99 for four full USBs as a digital download. Now, the benefit of a digital download is a few things. First of all, it's instant. So you can be crafting with this as soon as you've checked out and paid for it and downloaded it. Also, there's no postage, which is always a bonus, right? So you could have these today. So let me show you exactly what you're buying. You've got your flowers and foliage, first of all. Now, as I said earlier, 311 folders, but within those folders, this folder, for example, has 5 elements in it. This one has 3, that one has 2, that one has 2. So you can see how you're going to build up to thousands of different cutting files. There are some absolute stunners. I remember that launching. I was in the studio when that launched. All the flourishes, the corners, the clock, all the different ones. You've got some beautiful doilies in here. You've got some patterns. You've got some background shapes, all of that. So that's your first one. Then we come on to all occasions. Now then, this is where your 311 gets ramped up. This is where a lot of them are. So all occasions gives you lots of things for, guess what? Lots of different occasions. Engagement, get well soon, good luck, new job, graduation, new home, all of these different ones, retirement, Valentine's, wedding. You've got all of these different fantastic cutting files that you can draw, foil, emboss, paper pierce, all of those different things that we do. And then you've got all of this lot. This is all one of the USBs as a digital download. This is incredible value for money. It's really quite extraordinary. I love these crosses. If you haven't made your Easter card yet, what a wonderful way to get this today and make your Easter cards. Love that. Birthday jukebox. Cut that out in lots of different colours and paper piece it. It looks amazing. Then we go on to mystical. So we've got our mysticals in here. We've got Make a Wish. This is the one that I used when I made this card when we launched it last week. So you'll be able to watch that back and catch up and learn how to make that, because that was quite an informative class. So you're getting all of those. You've got your Snow Queen in there. You've got unicorns. You've got your owls. This is what our lovely Lou has used to create this card. Aren't these fabulous? Aren't they? I love them. I think they're really, really, really cool. So you're getting all of those. You've even got Twinkerbell on there, which makes me smile. Then you've got all of this lot as well. So all of these is coming your way, which is incredible value for money. Then all of these, look at him. He's rather special, isn't he? He looked fabulous on the canvas. So all of those, including your sentiments, and all of those. So all of that lot is shop lace, $49.99. However, what we did last week was we told you that if you bought this one last week, you would get a code, a discount code on your order confirmation that today you can type in and get 4 digital craft or cutting craftoriums from that archive for £20. I know. And 2 of them come with 200 backing papers on each. That's amazing. So that by itself, $49.99. The 4 cutting craftoriums that I'm about to show you by themselves, which are Daydreaming, Days Out, Pretty and Purposeful, and Build a Botanical. That's shop archive, that's $49.99. However, we didn't want those of you that couldn't watch the show last week to miss out. So we've done it as a bundle for you. Shop bundle will get you all of that and everything else that I'm about to show you. So let's go through these now. And these are fabulous. So we're going back in because we know that there are thousands of you out there that didn't have a ScanNCut when these launched, and we don't want anybody missing out. So this is your Daydreaming one, first of all. So you're getting all 4 of these for £20 if you buy it or you bought it in conjunction with the Tattered lace. So everything I'm about to show you is costing you £5, which is ridiculous. So you've got your carousel in here. This is one of our most popular projects that we ever did. So you've got your carousel. You've got your castle in there. So you've got a full fairy tale castle. You've got a fantastic toadstool, which I think is just amazing. All of this glittered. Imagine this out of your glitter vinyl. You could do that, cut it out of card and then lay it over with the vinyl. You've then got a Vardo in here, so a caravan. You've then got bows, and you've got lots of different things in here. So you've got gift boxes. There's a lot more than this. And when I get over to demo, I'm going to show you all the different things. I think what they've got a hot air balloon in there. You've got bags in there. You've got different boxes in there. I just printed some of them off so you could see the bigger projects. So you're getting all of that lot if you buy it in conjunction as shop bundle for £5. Next one. I know, right? It's crazy, isn't it? Now, this one comes with 200 backing papers. I printed off just a few just to show you. So you've got really pretty watercolour florals in there. You've got like a paintbrush background, which I think is really cool. Reminds me of Raspberry Ripple ice cream, that, doesn't it? I know, Sam. You've got wooden boards, so if you want to do flooring, and you've also got some washes in there as well. And you're getting 200 with this one. Now, this is all about building up layered flowers. So a long time ago, there's a brand called Altenew, and they used to do dies like this, and then a lot of the other brands jumped on the back of that. And what we did was we did it as SVG files, which we thought was really cool. So in here, you're going to get all of these flowers, building flowers, embellishments, leaves, a rustic ladder shelves, tags, stacking drawers, flower pots, storage boxes, gift boxes, postcard holders, pressed flower frame, ornate letter frames, nature frames, jewellery pot, memo board, botanical wreath, gift bags, floral card, frame card, watering can, bookmarks, bloom font and meadow font. So you're getting 2 full fonts in here as well. And these are all your flowers, and they're all built up in layers of cardstock or vinyl. Yes, or vinyl, which is super, super cool. So all of these different flowers you can then build up to make your own, and this is what we're going to do in our first demo today. I've got a whole card prepped ready for you so that I can show you exactly how this works. And if we get time, because we've got 2 hours, we'll do one in vinyl as well, because I think that will be a really good one for you. So all of these different flowers that you can build up. Now, this is what it looks like when it's finished with all the different layers. How cool is that? If you wanted to parch that, so if you wanted to do it on your parchment, you could lay all 3 layers over the top and it would put all those detail lines in, and then you could colour it on the back. So you've got all of these different florals, and this is just the beginning of this. It's absolutely fabulous. Then we go into, it shows you how to build the flowers, and then it gives you the projects that are in here. Look at this with the bottle, isn't that good, with the jar? So you're getting all of these different projects then. You've got rustic ladder shelves. Now these will be made out of grey board. How fabulous would they be? Then you've got tags in here. You've got stacking drawers in here. You've got flower pots. Absolutely fabulous. Proper storage boxes. Now I know loads of you have bought tons of grey board before, so I'm sure you've got plenty in your stash. Postcard holders, all of this lot. In fact, I'm going to flick through this, otherwise we're going to be here till 3 weeks next Friday. All with the instructions. Look at that frame. How lovely is that? With all the different flowers. All these different projects that you can create with step-by-step instructions, so you can go through and make this your own. That's a lovely project. I actually did one of these for a friend. Her husband was getting rid of his dad's bike, and he took the wheels off, and I did one of the bike wheels and covered it in all the flowers, so he always had a memory of his dad, which was really cool. So you've got all of these different ones. You also get fonts in here. Now this is interesting because you get a cutting font and you get a drawing font, which is really cool. Same again, you've got another one, cutting font, drawing font. So you've got opportunities here to be able to do lots and lots and lots of different things. Right, so that is Build a Botanical, okay? And you are going to get your papers with that one. And this is just a little project that one of our DT members, Lou Patton's, done. How lovely is that? Taking the frames, creating the matte layers, doing the drawing files that are on there with the pen, to put the detail into the bee's wings and the sentiment at the bottom. So that's that one. Then we've got, oh, hang on, I put one on top of the other there, didn't I? Come on, Melanie, where are you? There we are. Right, daydreaming. Oh, no, we've done daydreaming. Next one. Honestly, today's going to be a day, isn't it? This one also comes with 200 background papers. This is called Pretty and Purposeful, and this is a very, very brief overview of what the papers are like. There's some really vibrant patterns in there. There's some quite neutral patterns. There's also some really cute pops of colour in there, because this is all about making your own storage. I know, it is super exciting, isn't it? So, grey board again. And on this one, you're going to get all of these different projects. So, bits and bob shelf, book drawer, cuckoo clock shelves, display shelves, drawer set, key holder, large tissue box, layered box, letter holder. All of these make up your own storage boxes. Slider lid storage box, tabletop storage, tall box, tea box, the thingy, because we couldn't think of a name, 3 drawers, tissue box, and toiletries box. And you've got designer tips in there, and this is all about building those 3D projects with grey board. So you've got your bits and bobs box, you've got your book drawer. Oh, I remembered making all these. That's taken me right back. Then you've got your little tea light holder in the shape of a little birdhouse, cuckoo clock shelves. You've got these, all these different fabulous storage solutions. That's one of my favourites. Loved that one with all the little drawers in. And it takes a little bit of time because you've got to cut all your grey board out, but it's worth it in the end because it looks amazing. And the same files will cut your papers. Love this. I have one of these in my hallway. Then you've also got tissue boxes, which are super cute. Layered boxes. So you've got the ones that layer with the little boxes inside the boxes and the hinges. All with step-by-step instructions. Letter holder. How's nice that? I'm sick of going home and there's post all over the place. I'm going to make one of these and then Mick knows exactly where to put it when it arrives. Makeup storage box. How fabulous is this? Where the lid comes off, you turn it upside down and you get 2 containers there. So you can see how you can split it. You've got slider lid box. This would be really nice for Easter with all the chocolate eggs inside. It's getting to that nearly there, aren't we? Tabletop storage. So you could use these for your die storage or your stamps. This is beautiful. I have one of these in the hallway as well with all my receipts in. So when I come to do me totting up at the end of the month, all my receipts are in one place. Tea box. So you can store all your posh teas in a little box. The thingy. This was the thingy. Really made me smile. And the papers that you're seeing in here are part of this download. You've got your flamingo drawers in there, or whatever papers you want to use. Another tissue box in here. So you're getting a huge amount of content. And remember, if you're buying this in conjunction with the tattered lace one, you're getting all of that content for £5 plus 200 backing papers, which is just crazy value for money. Absolutely crazy. Right, final one, days out. Now then, we're going to attempt, well, we're going to succeed in making this windmill this afternoon. I've cut it all out in craft card. There's some little extra elements that I need to do before I come and see you later on, but we're going to start this at 12 o'clock, hopefully. So we're going to build this little windmill. I'm going to show you how to resize it, how to create mat layers for it, but you've got all of these amazing projects in here, and when you open one of these folders, there's lots of other stuff inside, which is really cool. How about that for an old-fashioned camera? Isn't that fab? And you will decorate these. You'll use the paper so that it matches your decor. Okay, these have been made by, I think Amy made these, but just a really lovely way of you putting your spin on it. Look at this one. Now then, if you're on Stephanie's painting journey in the club, you could do your painting on this and make it look like a proper canal barge with all that beautiful decorative painting. You've got a little car in there. You've got a compass, nice for a men's card. You can put little sweets in there. Cuckoo clock, love that. Imagine that at Christmas, all Christmased up. Doesn't have to be for autumn, even though it's got the autumnal leaves on, but you're getting every element. So you're getting the little cuckoo, you're getting the clock face and the hands, you're getting the little balcony, you're getting all the leaves, all the detail, all the texture, which is great because then you can go and use those for something else. Then you've got all your step-by-step instructions showing you little bit by little bit. Eiffel Tower in there, how lovely is that? I love that. I think that's really cute. So if you're just somebody that likes crafting just because you can, this is going to be great. You've got all these different gift boxes in here, one with the rainbows and the clouds. You've got a kite gift box in here. You've got a proper picnic gift hamper. That'd be nice for Easter. Pizza box. Imagine that for a teenager. I could send that to our Jack. He loves pizza. Pyramid gift box. Russian dolls. You've got an old-fashioned radio. Look how fabulous that is as a gift box. All of these different projects that you can just take your time, while away the hours, have a lovely creative journey. I adore that. I think that's just brilliant. That just reminds me. And look at all the detail that's inside. Look at all the detail that's in there. Isn't that super cool? Really clever. So all of this little lot you're going to get, if you want them just the 4 by themselves, it's shop, bear with, archive, and it's $49.99. If you want the tattered lace one by itself, that's shop lace, that's $49.99. But if you buy both together, you get both shop bundle for $69.99 before your club discount, plus your loyalty points and no postage, because it's a download. So what an opportunity to be able to get a massive amount of cutting files and projects with step-by-step instructions for $69.99. That's crazy value for money. So $79.99 each would have been this, so that's, let's say, £80, 860, 32. These were, I think these were $49.99 each. So you've got another £200 worth of value there. Just incredible. And across all 4 of those, you've got 400 backing papers. Giving it away, aren't we? I love it when we do stuff like this, because it's just amazing. And we can bring you all this because it's a digital download. Right, next. So let's start having a look at a few of these, shall we? Let me just move those over there. Right, so because we've got 2 hours and because we've got a lot of 3D projects on here, I thought I'd bring you some Micro Studio downloads, so artwork downloads, which will be fabulous. So MCS download, this is Bountiful Borders, build your own rice papers. So this is what the rice papers look like on the download. Again, it's a download, it's shop build, it's $10.99. This is going to get you all of these that you've seen recently as physical rice papers, but as a digital download. How beautiful is that? Isn't that stunning? I love that. I think it's really, really pretty. You've then got your cranes and your herons in here as well. Really, that, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I know exactly where that's going, and it's going in my kitchen. Because those are the colours. We have an Arga that's that colour. Then we've got the peonies. Not that it's on at the moment. £600 a month it was costing us. I know, in gas, so we turned it off. Got an air fryer instead. We've got sunflowers on here. How beautiful is these? I mean, you just need this in your life, don't you? For $10.99, why would you not? And just because it says build your own rice paper doesn't mean you have to print them on rice papers. This is paper. This is our regular pure print. How fabulous is that with the cockatoos in there? And then your flamingos. Now then, you're also going to get elements to be able to build this up. So Minecraft Studio elements. So if you want to if you want to build up, look at all this lot. Remember Sospeso Trasparente, where you can bring on your own flowers and heat them and mould them. This is going to be amazing. So what we've done is broken down all of those borders into elements. Look at this lot. I mean, they're going to look amazing. And you can change the colours, which will be fabulous. That will be exceptional out of that. So you've got all of these. Oh, I love that. Favourite. Sorry, Sam. I'm jumping. Oh, now she's trying to do a really good job and go across methodically for you, and I'm just jumping and sticking my finger in the way. Then you've got all of these extra elements. I love these. These are just superb. Baby's breath. That's a cracking one to have if you do lots of florals. These are going to work brilliantly with your build your botanicals. You've got all your smaller elements in here. Remember, you can do them in Micro Studio. If you take these into Micro Studio and design something, print it off, group it, turn it black, print it off again, and then scan the black one in and create a cutting file for the coloured one. These are going to be invaluable. Absolutely fabulous. Oh, this is amazing. Look at this lot that you get. Uh-oh. This is definitely going in my basket today. Oh, hydrangeas. They're going to look amazing, as are these peonies. Right, shop build, $10.99. It's going to get you that little lot. As a digital download, amazing. You could literally be building one of these projects today, which is super exciting. If you've joined the ScanNCut Club, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in a little while, this is going to be brilliant for you as well, because you're going to have all those decorative elements. Because I've noticed, and I love it, the fact that you like to decorate it your way. That for me is like the best thing ever. I don't think there's a single person that's gone on and just literally copied what I did. You've arranged the flowers the way you like them. It's all been done slightly differently, which is great. Now then, last week, our Amanda and David launched our latest download of Craft Master templates. So Amanda's on a mission to get you all making different shaped cards, and she's coming up with all the, well, we're working with all these different templates that allow you to make different shaped cards. We're not reinventing the wheel here, but what we are doing is bringing you a template so that you can make the card, which is great. And you buy the physical template and you do your scoring and your cutting. We've got them converted to SVGs for you. So you're going to get a diamond pop-up card, a pop-up box, a side panel fold card, and a 3-step card. And all of those you're going to get as SVG files with their matte layers, okay? So you get the mattes and layers that you need to go perfectly over the top of these, which is super, super cool. This is Shop SVG. It's $9.99, and that's going to get you the SVGs for those 4 cards. So you'll be able to make cards like this. So you've got your diamond fold card in there. This is what it looks like, just plain. This is it cut on your ScanNCut. You can see the perforation lines. This is using our posh cardstock. You've got your pop-up box, so that gives you the instructions on how to make that. This is it done as an SVG file. So again, now this is sizable, scalable, so it can be smaller, bigger, however, whatever size you need for your project. Then you've also got your, I'm going to say, side panel card, this one. So that one folds like that. So it all sits beautifully like that. It's a nice one, isn't it?
The little thing pops up.
Oh, that way. Thank you, Andrew. It's early. I was in here at 6:15 this morning, getting ready for you guys. I love it. I love coming in really early in the morning because it's really quiet and I get loads done. And then you've also got this one, which is your 3-step card, like that. That's it. So your 3-step card. So if you want those as SVG files, and again, it's building up that digital library, that is Shop SVG, and it's $9.99. So that's a cracker. Right, shall we have another clue? So clue number 1, this film was released in the late 1980s. So what we're doing now, if you've just joined us, Andrew's given you 5 clues and we've got to guess what the film is. So start guessing. So, question number 1, this film was released in the late 1980s. Question number 2, I didn't know this. This film was loosely based on the writer's real life. I'm going to do number 3, because once it gets to demo, I'll forget. The film is better known for its soundtrack than its story. It is. Well, I'm not sure that it's more popular, but yeah, I get it. Right, let's have a look at some more downloads, shall we? Because these are brilliant and you need background papers. I know there's 400 across the Cutting Craftorium ones. However, you might want some that are more like design like rice paper. So let's go into Ravishing Rice Papers Volume 1. This is lovely. This is Shop Ravish. It's $14.99 and it's going to give you the opportunity to decorate all those beautiful 3-dimensional projects in wonderfully ornate and detailed papers. I'm going to do the windmill this afternoon. I'm going to show you how to split the shapes to create matte layers, and I'm going to use one of these, I think, because it's absolutely beautiful. So there'll be something in here for everybody's decor and taste, because you're getting 50 of them. So you've got all of those. Then you've got all of these. So we've got some beautiful, I mean, these are just stunning, aren't they? The windmill with these papers on is going to look extraordinary. You've got some with little animals on. You've got some going more into autumn. You've got some coming into summer. You've got beautiful designs, really detailed. You've got some Christmas in there. And then I love the fact that we've got some sepia tones, because that's rather lovely, isn't it? Having something a little bit different in sepia. I like those a lot. And then also we've got a nod to steampunk here as well, which would be great. So if you're making masculine projects, you could use these. I know I'm not pigeonholing anybody. I'm just saying there's a great opportunity for men's cards. I love that with the mannequin on. I think that's just gorgeous. That's going to be one that I print time and time and time again, I can tell. So if you want all 50 of those, shop Ravish, $14.99. Can you imagine going out and buying those as papers over and over and over and over again on when you wanted it? So you've got a local craft shop, right? You go in and you go, right, I want all of these, please, as rice papers. And they sell them to you as physical rice papers. You're way over $14.99 by the time you've bought about 10, I would have thought. Then you go back the week after and say, can you print them all off for me on $140? And they look at you and go, can I what? You can do that in the comfort of your own home when you want it, the shape that you want it, the size that you want it, on the medium that you want. Brilliant opportunity that. Shop Ravish, $14.99. If you want the second version, so this is the one that David launched, not last week, the week before, I believe. Shop Download, $14.99, gets you volume 2.
Sorry, can we quit? It's not Top Gun. Stop typing gun into the comments.
Yes, okay, so it's not Top Gun. Please don't type that into the comments because Facebook will think you're, well, they think you're a terrorist, I would have thought.
I will never pick a film that has a word like that in it.
Okay. Can I give him a clue?
Yeah.
Come here then.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're going to lift me up?
No, I'm not going to lift you up. I'm just, this is in the word. And it's plus watershed. That's why I can't do it now. Plus Andrew would freak out. Right, next one. So it's definitely not Top Gun. Okay, so Ravish, this is volume 2. So this is, I've lost my thing now, bear with. Oh, Melanie. Download, shop download, $14.99. This is absolutely gorgeous. If you saw me doing the MDF on Saturday morning, which again, sold out ridiculously quickly, we are trying to get more in stock for you. They just can't cut it fast enough at the moment. This one I used. And that one I used. That, I didn't even spot that. That's coming out today. I love that one. Every time I look at it, I see another one that I fall in love with. And that's what you'll do, I think, at home. And you'll do them for different occasions. I think these are absolutely stunningly beautiful. Shop Download, $14.99 is going to get you the artwork to be able to create all of this little lot, which is just incredible. And then last but by no means least, you've got these. Aren't they fabulous? Absolutely love, love, love these. I'm a bit obsessed with pattern paper. If you've known me quite a long time, you'll know how obsessed I am. And this is a brilliant way. And I was always against digital. I'm not going to lie. I was like, no, I don't want to print my own papers. I want to go out. I want to buy them. I want to smell them. I want to touch them. All of that. And then one day, Diane said to me, they're all printed somewhere. And I was like, she's right. Yeah, they are. And this, complete game changer, especially if you're doing things like cutting Craftorium or digital Craftorium, because this gives you all the opportunities you could possibly need. Right, I'm just going to jump to stylus next because we haven't got very many of these. This is Shop Stylus. It's $5.99. They're pens, but they had this little foam end. So if you've lost your stylus, I'm on it. I'm asking brother if we can buy some, because it's classed as a spare part, so hopefully we should be able to get hold of some. But in the meantime, 2 pens, 2 styluses, perfect. Shop Stylus, $5.99. So if you've lost yours, like I have, which is why I'm using one of these today, it'll turn up somewhere. Honestly, all my tools, everything, I lose at least once a week, and then I find them. One's on a trolley, one's under the counter. I know. Right, tools next. Now this is cracking. This is the only one we got left. We did have another option last week. It's gone. So if you want this, this is your opportunity to get it. Right, in here what we're getting a really good pair of scissors. And every time I took this guard off, I was like, oh, they don't cut right to the tip. They do. They just haven't made those tips super sharp. So if I bring in this, well, I can't show you. I have to turn it over and then Andrew doesn't get cross at me for showing you the next questions. Are you ready? Right to the tip. Listen, you hear it cut right to that tip. They're brilliant and they're really ergonomic as well. They're a nice scissor to hold. Comes with its guard. That tells you that they're sharp. You're also going to get a poker tool in here. So this is going to be a cracker. I like the ergonomic little dips in the handle. I think it works really nicely. It just fits ergonomically, and it's a really nice long poker tool, that one. They all come with a little guard, so make sure you keep those. You then also got your scraper, which is a smaller version of the brother one, but it's chamfered right to the tip. So that's going to be a really good one for burnishing things down. Maybe you're going to keep this one for burnishing your vinyl. Then you've also got your reverse tweezers, and these are brilliant. Again, if you've got sospeso trasparente, where we heat that material over a tea light, these are going to be great because they've got a nice long handle, so your hands aren't going to get anywhere near that naked flame. Then we've also got our spatula, which is metal. This is a good one for getting things off your mats. And then last but by no means least, we've got our weeding hook. Now this is super sharp. Look how fine the point on that tip is, and that's exactly what you need when you're weeding vinyl. You need something that you can literally stab into it and it'll lift it up. Again, comes with a guard. So if you're in the market for some tools, it's Shop Tool. It is $39.99. We'll get you all of that, which is a cracking price, especially when you consider there's a pair of scissors in there as well. Shop Tool, $39.99. Right.
The styluses have sold.
Styluses have gone. There you go. You need to check those out if you want to keep them in your basket. Gone. I knew that wouldn't last very long. Right, vinyl next. Now, this is brilliant. Shop Self is going to get you 30 12 by 12 sheets of vinyl. Now, contents will vary slightly, but you will get some matte, some gloss, and some speciality vinyls in here, which is super, super cool. The Builder Botanical, if you don't own lots and lots and lots of different colours of cardstock, the Builder Botanical will be fabulous in vinyl. It'll be really pretty. So I'm going to flick through these colours for you so that you can see. You're going to get 30 sheets, Shop Self vinyl, $29.99. So it's £1 for a 12 by 12 sheet of vinyl, which is amazing. Look how beautiful that is. That red foil. Isn't that stunning? And you're going to get some of those in your kit. And then we go into all these different deep dark colours, light colours, matte black, glossy black, beautiful lilacs in there. Yours will vary slightly, but only very slightly. But the warehouse team have promised me that you will all get some of those speciality ones in there as well. Oh, used a bit of that one. Shop Self. $29.99 is going to get you that little lot, which is amazing. Right, Shop Light next. Now, we brought this back a couple of times. We haven't got a massive amount of stock. We are trying to get hold of some more for you, but this is an opportunity to get a really good quality cardstock. So I've been asked quite a bit, what cardstock do we use? To be honest, right now, it depends what we can get our hands on at a really good price, because cardstock's going through the roof. The prices are just astronomical at the moment. So you can get 50 sheets of 12 by 12. It's $180, so it's perfect for things like your Builder Botanical, your flowers, because you want a lighter weight because you're building up those layers. So there's no point using your heavyweight cardstock. Use your lighter one. Also for mats and layers, this is going to be great. So you're going to get 50 sheets. You're going to get all 10 colours, and you're going to get 5 of each. And I love the fact that you get 5s, because 3 is never enough. You use 3 and then you're like, oh, I could have done with another couple of that colour. So we go from the baby blue into the soft lemon, baby pink into a lavender, dark purple, and then we go into summer. So you've got your white, you've got your bright, lovely pink. That's a really pretty pink. You've got your oranges in there, your yellows, your sherbet colours, aren't they? And then you've got your green in there as well. If you've got the door storage, you know, the one that hung over the back of the door on my story show the other day, these fit perfectly in there. And there's 10 pockets, so you get one for every colour. I know. I'm going to do that. I think I probably need about, oh, I don't know, at least probably 150 of them. I haven't got that many doors. But I've got that much cardstock. So we've got 2 different reds in here. So we're going to start with that lovely purple. It's a very pretty purple. You've got more of a bright red. Then you've got more of a bluer red, I guess. Then you've also got like a leaf green. You go into that really dark, deep colour. This is the one I've used for my first demo with the roses. You've got a lovely teal in there. You've got like a French navy. You've got a warm, it's almost like a green grey. It's a really unusual colour, but it's very pretty. Then you've also got your dark chocolate brown and your black in there as well. So all of that, 50 sheets. If you want lights, $27.99, shop light. If you want the darks, shop dark, $27.99. Now we've managed to get our vellum back in. It sold out last week and we've managed to put in an emergency order. So for those of you that have got your embossing starter kit, we're hoping Brother are going to have those back in soon because they're out of stock. We've also been told that the paper piecing tool might be in shortly as well, which is very exciting. I chose this vellum, well, it's parchment, it's not vellum at all, it's 280 GSM, and I chose it specifically for that tool set, for the embossing starter kit, because when you're using your embossing tool and you scan and cut, there's a very thin memory foam mat that you put on one of your cutting mats. And if you use a very lightweight vellum and the pressure on that ball tool goes through it, it wrecks that mat. So I wanted 280 for two reasons. One, it's very unusual that you'll get it to go through there unless it's all straight lines and you've got too much pressure on it. And secondly, I wanted you to be able to colour on the back of it with a water-based medium, because normally you put anything like that other than alcohol markers or pencils near vellum and it does that. So what I wanted to do was have a really good quality parchment so that it didn't do that. So Shop Vellum will get you 6 sheets of that 280 parchment, $12.99. Right, we've got a 2-hour show today. That's exciting, isn't it? What, do you want me to remind them how to watch, or just that it's a 2-hour show? It's a 2-hour show. I know, how exciting is that?
Very busy on our downloads this morning.
Yeah, very busy on our downloads. I'm not surprised. That is incredible, incredible value for money. Right, a couple more things that I just want to go through with you, and then we'll go into demo, and then we'll come back and recap, because we get lots of people joining us at different times. We don't have many of these. This is the Arteza transfer tape. It's $12.99, shop transfer. It is 12 inches wide and 12 foot long. Now, this is a cracking price. $12.99 gets you all of that little lot before your club discount. Obviously, they will get your basket spend to over £35, add some card in, add the vinyl in, add the tool set in, whatever you need to get to that £35 mark, and then you don't pay postage. But this is absolutely cracking value for money, and it's a really good transfer tape as well. I'm going to use that as we go through the hour. Right, shall we go and do some crafting? Come on then, let's go. Just going to recap these prompts, if you like. So question number 1, this film was released in the late 1980s. This film was loosely based on the writer's life. And number 3, this film is better known for its soundtrack than its story. I'm going to do the next 2 and then it's done. Question number 4, this film was secretly titled Dancing Film Productions while filming. And number 5, you're going to get it now. This film stars Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. One of my all-time favourites, that. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Just saying. Right, just before we start, I want to share some of our lovely crafters projects with you. This is the club. So we started a Scan and Cut club, something I've wanted to do forever. And it's $29.99 for 3 months. Okay, so you'll get 3 classes across those 3 months. So it's £10 a month. I mean, why would you not? So you're going to get a class with me. It will be pre-filmed, and it will be on your account, so you can watch it over and over and over and over again, which is really cool. Then I'm going to teach you all sorts of different stuff. I do take you into Canvas Workspace. I'm going to let you know that now, because I want to teach you by making projects. And sometimes we might need to go on to create an offset, and we might do it on the machine. It depends on which machine you've got. You also get access to a closed Facebook group, so you'll be invited to join that. So you can come in and you can share your makes and say hi to everybody. It's a really lovely, friendly group, so you can do that. You'll also get an email, a specific email, so if you've got any problems or you just want to see anything. I've had a few people contact me saying, can you do fabric? Can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, yep, all over it. And then once a month, we need to decide when we're doing this, Andrew. Once a month in an evening, we're going to do a Scan and Cut clinic where you'll be able to come in and just ask questions and have them answered. So we need to sort out a date for that, and then we'll let you know. But I went into the group last week and I want to show you what some of our lovely viewers have made from the first project. So this is Carol Harris. How lovely is this? And I love the fact that you've changed it. I love the fact that you've done different layout with your flowers. That for me shows me that you're incredibly creative, and I love the fact that you just want to make it your own. I think that's really cool. So we've got Alison Deakin. Look how beautiful this one is. Look how completely different they look. This is homework. So you also get SVG files. So you got this set as a nesting set to download, and you get this one. So this is homework. I set them homework to try and decide, see if they're getting it, see if they can make it work without me showing exactly step by step. Happy birthday, look, I changed it to happy birthday. Aren't these just amazing? We've got all sorts of people. Liz, we've got John, we've got Brenda. This one is Lynn Bryant. All of these different ones, Lynn Paffett. Aren't these amazing? Pauline Lamb. I was so proud of you all, I can't tell you. Look at this with Quirky Bird on. Susan Jordan, how cool are these? And then using all the little birds, Tracy Brown. Well done, everybody. I'm really proud of you all. I was proper happy when I saw that. I was like, yes, they're on it. They get it. It's great. Right, let's have a look at this USB, shall we? Let's have a look at one of the digital craft or cutting Craftorium. So we're going to retrieve the information from the USB. Hopefully I've got the right USB in today. Didn't even have a USB last week, so I stood there and went, where's my USB? I couldn't find it anyway. I couldn't remember where I put it. We're going to do build a botanical first of all, and we're going to build a botanical USB. I put mine on a USB just because I like to know where they are. You've got papers in here. Now they're not going to open on your ScanNCut, so you're going to put your USB into your computer, go to your papers and print them off, okay? What you want for your ScanNCut is your scalable vectors, which are your SVG files. Now, in here, you've got embellishments. So you've got bees, bird cages, bird houses, birds, butterflies, dragonflies, flourishes, flowers, frames, jars, leaves, plant pots, and watering cans. So in one folder, you're getting all that little lot, which is amazing. Then you've got your flowers, and you've got all of these different flowers, all layered, so that you can build your own either in cardstock or in vinyl, which will be really cool. Then we've got all your leaves in here as well. So you've got your leaves for all your flowers separately, so you can create your own designs. You've got projects in here. So you've got your bookmarks, your botanical wreath, flower pots, fonts, frame cards, gift bags and boxes. In fact, let's just have a look in gift bags and boxes. So you've got three different gift boxes. So when it says gift boxes, there's more than one. You've got fonts in there, jewellery pots, nature frames, storage boxes, watering cans, all of that content. If you're buying it in conjunction with your tattered lace one for £5 before your club discount. Mad, isn't it? It's exciting though. Right, so let's bring on one of the roses because I'm going to show you how we do this. So if we go into the flowers, and we go right down to the bottom because R is going to be, they're all in alphabetical order. We're going to use the rose. Now you've got rose 1, which will look like this. So we've done them as individual layers, and then we've done you a whole sheet, okay, that you can resize, which is really cool. So I'm going to go back and we'll go up. So that's rose 1. Rose 2 looks slightly different, but again, you've got that mat that gives you all those different pieces, which is super cool. Then you've also got your rose bud in here as well, which will be beautiful out of vinyl. So you've got all of these different layers here that you can then build up to create your rose, which is super cool. Right, so I started with, I think I did rose 1. So let's go back into there, rose 1. And I wanted to change the size of this. So there's a couple of ways of doing this. First of all, if you are working on an SDX, if you select the file that has all 3 and you go to edit, you can, let me think about this. I'm going to do them individually. You can resize these individually as a percentage. So if you wanted that to be 50%, you just take that down to 50. Well, let's say 60. If you want that one at 60%, you just drop that one down to 60. And all the layers will then lay over the top of each other perfectly. So you're in control of the size that you want. And then that one, you would do exactly the same. Now, on a CM machine, there isn't the ability to do that because you don't have a percentage. However, if we bring back that same file and we choose the file that's got all the three, just like we have done there, so we'll go to Build a Botanical in here, and you go to the main file that I've just shown you. There's a way of doing it for you as well. So if we go into flowers and we go down to the bottom, select the rose and rose 1, and we select this file again. What I'm going to get you to do now is align these so they're in a pile on top of each other. So we're changing them, so we're going to edit. We're going to multiple select everything that's on the mat and press OK. We're then moving them, so we go to our directional arrows and our alignment function at the top. And we're going to align them centrally vertically, centrally horizontally, press OK, and go to group them. And now you can make that the size that you want it to be. So all three layers now are going to scale down or scale up together. Then you're going to ungroup them, tap the screen to release the shapes, and then you've got all your three layers as different sizes. So I wanted to show you that as a CM user, because even when we did the club, Sam sticking to the mat, I heard that. You got a quick wax then, didn't you, on your arms? It's a great opportunity to do that, which is fab. Right, so I'm going to put this card together now, because you're just going to cut those out. And what I wanted to show you is how lovely it looks. And then we're going to do some vinyl as well, because vinyl on this machine is quite extraordinary. It's amazing how it cuts it. So I thought we'd do a bit of crafting. How about that? So we'll do this, and I'll go and do a recap of everything that we've seen this morning. So I have made up some of these, and I'm going to show you how to make one up and how I made them into this. So I should have 4 or 5 of them done. I've got 4 of them done there. I've also done some of the leaves. So you can see I've used both layers of the rose leaf. Now these are in the leaves category. So you're going to go into that folder and find those. But I wanted to add a little bit more depth to them rather than it just being pieces of paper stuck on top. So I've added some ink. Now it could be used paint with an extender. I just had inks to hand yesterday. So, and I'm sure most of us have got a stash full of inks that we don't use very often. Now you're going to get to use them. So you'll end up with these 3 layers. So this is your base layer. This is the second layer that will then lay over the top like that. And it's quite intuitive as to where they go. It really is quite simple. And then this piece, so you can see this comes down, across and up, down, across and up. So that's going to lay over the top of there as well. So all you need to do is get one area lined up, and then the rest will fall into place like that. But before we do that, I thought we'd add a bit of ink to it, because it just adds a little bit more interest, a little bit more depth to it. So I'm going to use my aged mahogany distress ink, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of this, and this is super juicy. Look, when I do that, can you see the liquid in it? So a little bit. So get some on your brush and take a lot off. Look at that. Look at all that ink just from those little presses. And then I'm going to go in and I'm just going to ink the edge. I've got a little bit of mylar going on, like a messy mat. We do sell those. Check those out in the Craft Master section of our website before you check out. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of ink here and there, and we're going to go around the edge, and that just almost puts like a frame around it. Okay, it just puts a full stop at the end of the edges of it, so your eye doesn't go wandering off. Then I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm not being too specific here. I am literally picking up some ink and just adding a little bit of depth and dimension into this. It just makes it come alive a little bit more, I find. I love inking edges, stuff like that. It just makes it pop a little bit more than just being flat. We don't want it to look flat. We want it to look as realistic as we possibly can in this style, because they are stylized. That's the whole point. These layered ones are all about creating that almost like a contemporary feel, which I like. I have a lovely wooden box at home that has all the photographs in that aren't ready, that are ready to go in albums that I haven't got round to scrapbooking yet. I'm going to decorate that box with these because I think it'll look really pretty. So that's your second layer that's going to go onto there, like so. So that's going to go there. Where am I? That way around. That way around. There you go, Melanie. Get it the right way up. That'll help. And then just with whatever's left on here, I just cut this out of one of our Craft Master packs. I don't think we've got any of this card left, but you could use it. These two are out of the darks in the card that we've got. Got a bit too much on there, but never mind. And you're just going to go in and add a little bit more ink and then glue those together. The best glue I found was a spray glue because it gives you full coverage. So a spray adhesive, buy yourself a good one. Don't get a cheap craft one because they string and they're horrible. Go for something like a 3M artist one because then you'll get a really nice finish on that. And then so you do that and you can do loads of them. Okay, yes, Andrew?
First hour's nearly up. Shall I draw a winner?
Oh yes, first hour's nearly up.
Yeah.
Flipping heck. I thought 2 hours was going to be a long time. It's not, is it? Right, okay, so number one, the film was released in the late 1980s. The film was loosely based on the writer's real life. The film is better known for its soundtrack than its story. The film was secretly titled Dancing Film Productions while filming. And this film stars Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. So it is, Sam? Dirty Dancing. Yes, right. Who's the winner?
It is Karen.
Karen. Just Karen?
Just Karen.
Just Karen. That's enough, Karen, right? You're enough. Right, let's spin. All right, hang on, I need to ask. Left or right?
Left.
Left? All right, that's the one. Let's spin the wheel. If it goes on 9 or 5, I'm going to scream. Spin again every time. I don't know what it is with this. It's either 5 or 9. Oh, way up, we've got 1. Yes, excellent. 100 points. Well done, Karen. Messages, help at Highlight Crafts. We'll get those added to your account for you. Oh, we've got another one. Right, here we go. Let's start the second one now. Oh, I don't know what this one is, so I can't help you. Question number 1. This film is considered to be one of the best films of all time. And number 2, this film is nearly 3 hours long.
This is a hard one. I'm making them work for it.
Oh, did you hear that? Andrew's making you work for your points today. I know, right? Rude. Don't forget, go on to Highlight Your Creativity. We need 600 people to click Mitch Walker's post to be able to get Andrew to do a ScanNCut demonstration after the watershed with me as his presenter and David producing, which I think is going to be hilarious. Right, let's get back to our roses, shall we? So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to create a whole background. So I'm going to pop one in the middle to start with. Okay, and then I've got 3 more that I can start working with. So I'm going to put one of them in the middle. That'll give me a nice starting point. So a bit of our pin flare bookbinding glue on the back. I know Christine's in tomorrow. You will find this on our website or on liveshopping.vip, which is where Pinflair have a brand shop. So I'm going to pop that in the middle. Okay, so that's my starting point. Then I'm going to take my other ones and I'm going to put half of it there. So I'm changing the angle. So instead of it being like that, which then makes it look like it's going in a row, I'm going to put this one on here like that. Okay, and I'm going to leave a little gap in between. So we're going to put some glue on here. And then once I've done this, I will do a recap because I know there's people joining us all the time. So what I'm trying to do is fill in this corner. So you can see here, I've come down to this edge there and I'm following that edge there. And all I've done is cut a piece of white card at 8 by 8. And then I am going to trim away the rest, and the rest is going to work for different areas on here. So now I want this one. So I definitely don't want that way because then it looks like it's just symmetrical. So I'm going to have that one coming in there like that. Okay. It's really cool doing stuff like this. And that Builder Botanical is perfect for doing things like this with. So I'm going to leave a little space there. And we're just going to press that one down firmly. And all I'm going to do is cut away the excess with a pair of scissors, which is really cool. So that's going to go on there. And then these are going to go on here. Now, if I want some leaves in, I need to be thinking about that, Melanie, before you stick it down. That would have been a really good idea. Do I want leaves in? Yes, I probably do, because I'm fussy like that. I like green. That can go under there. Oh, we can have the leaves overlapping. Quite happy with that. All right, let's do that. Happy accident. One of them. I have a lot of them. The older I get, the more I seem to have. Happy accidents. Let's pop that one down. We'll have a little bit of that one up at the top there, just a touch of that leaf. So that's going to go under there like so, and we'll have that one there. Then we will have, shall we have another leaf coming down there, I think. So we'll lift that one up again. So get your tweezers underneath there. That'll do. That'll be all right. Might go under a little bit further if I can. Oh. There we go. Nobody will ever know, will they? Well, you will, and I will, but nobody else will ever know. It's our secret. Right, so we've got that one in there, like that. I'm going to put another flower in here, so I can then have another leaf coming over in this direction like that, or I might have one there. I don't know. I'll decide that when I've stuck this down. I know that's the wrong way around to do it, but I can't see it. This is the problem, because I don't have pictures. Can't see it, I have to physically do it. Right, that one can go there. Right, so before I stick that down, I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to cut away any excess, because then I know the pieces that I've got left and I can see more what it's going to look like. So always turn your work over when you're cutting behind, because then you can see the edge of your card. If you try and do it through the front, you can't see where you're cutting, and that's when mistakes happen. So let's get right in here. I've got a nice long pair of scissors, and I'm just going to cut through all of these elements. Now, the glue's not dry. You're going to wait till the glue's all dry to be able to do this bit. I've got to get in, and this is because there's quite a lot of layers. This is another reason for using a thinner cardstock, so that you don't end up it being too thick for you to cut through. And then I'm going to snip this edge off here. So let's go into this one and cut that off, and then cut that off. Like so, and then we'll cut this little bit off here as well. So we'll get rid of that piece too. Right, so now I've got my layout, so I'm happy with that. I can see now more where I need a bit more green. So I'm going to pop one leaf there. Let's decide which piece we're going to have in this corner first. So I could have that piece there, and I could have that piece there, and start to fill in with these little pieces. I quite like that. I quite like that it's full there, and it's coming a little bit less down here. Do I want that piece instead? Yes, probably. Maybe. Yeah, that works. All right, so let's stick these down, and then we'll decide on leaves. So really, really easy. Just take your time. Enjoy the process. You know, we don't craft to make 100 things in 10 minutes. We craft because we want to make something special, and we love the journey. That's for me is what crafting's all about. It's about that journey that we go on, that we take our head away from all the rubbish that's going on in the world. And my goodness me, there's a lot of it going on at the moment. So we just sit and we craft and we breathe and we enjoy that process. Right, so I could have part of a leaf. Can I pop that? Can I pop that there? I'm not going to get away with that, I don't think. I need another full leaf. So we'll pop another leaf over there. We could have that one coming in over there. I'm just going to lift these and tuck it underneath. So now I've decided I'm going to tuck that underneath there, and then I can cut the rest of it off. Our Amanda's joined us now. Say morning, Amanda.
Good morning, Amanda.
There you go. I knew you were going to do that when I said it. Thought she's going to go, morning,
I'm
Amanda.
glad you make yourself laugh.
Yeah, I did.
Did you hear that? Did you hear Andrew then? He said, I'm glad you make yourself laugh.
I have to, because nobody else does.
Oh, wow. Thanks for that.
No, you do.
I do. I have even tears some days.
When you send me all your memes.
When I send you memes, or I say something to David that just sets you off, or sets him off, flaring his nostrils. He's on holiday this week. He's on holiday.
I know it's Tuesday already.
My partner in crime. I know, don't. Right, so I've now got that base. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set some vinyl cutting, and then we're going to go down and do a recap. So I have a piece of the gold vinyl from our shop Self, that 30 sheets. So I'm going to do this, and on this USB, let me have a look, I don't know if I saved it or not on here. Probably didn't, because it was a day. If I did, I'd be very surprised with myself. I'm very pleased, but I didn't. No, I didn't. Of course you didn't, Melanie. Right, so on one of these USBs, there is a font. I'm going to say it is it on the Builder Botanical? It might be. Let's have a look. Let's find it. Builder Botanical. Let's have a look, see what I've got. It might be in the embellishments. Is it in here? Embellishments, fonts. Let's have a look. Nope, not on that one. Not quite sure where they are. Projects. Right, you know what? Let's use one from inside the machine's memory because it'll just be quicker. I have done it. I've actually done this, and the font is there. I just can't remember which one it's on. Look how beautiful that font is. Isn't that lovely? So I'll just cut a word, show you how to cut vinyl, and then we're going to pop that. That is literally just going to go across there. Matte layer on a piece of gold card, job done. So you can see how these Builder Botanicals are fabulous. You could do them in fabric. I would make them bigger because some of these lines here are quite small, and I would definitely stabilise your cotton with something like heat and bond, because then you can iron them. You could do them with your heat transfer vinyl. You just have to be careful when you're laying layers on top of layers. But yeah, that would be really cool too. Right, so let me just show you how this works. I'll choose one that's similar, and we're just going to type in bloom or whatever sentiment you want. We're going to set it on the mat, and we're going to make it small because this machine with vinyl is absolutely remarkable. So let's make it 15 mil high. I'm going to press OK, and I'm going to keep going until I get to please select and cut. And this is where you set your settings. So you go into your little spanner there. I'm going to take that back to auto. I'm going to drop this down. I'm going to put half cut on, and I'm also going to put a weeding box on like that. And this is the distance between the edge of the letter and the beginning of the weeding box. So you can set that and make, there's a difference there as well. So I'm going to press OK, and then we're going to cut this out. So let's go. Let's put this on here. I'm not worrying about positioning it right now because I want to go back and recap and show you what we've got for you, because we've got loads of goodies, loads of fabulous deals for you today, lots of downloads, lots of cutting files, all sorts going on. So I'm going to load this in now. The reason that you need, and I don't say need very often, but you need the vinyl blade for cutting vinyl on an SDX is, first of all, look at the difference in those two blades. One is super thick and dense, and one is super fine. This is the one that you want for vinyl. This is what's going to allow you to get that precision, that really fine cut. If you try it with this, it'll cut it, but it might screw it up at the same time, and you won't get the clarity, wrong lid, you won't get the clarity that you get with your vinyl one. You've seen me do the snowflake loads of times. You know the difference. If you want this, it's a brilliant starter kit. Shop vinyl, it's $54.99. It gets you the housing and the blade. It also gets you an activation card. Now on that activation card, some of the images are quite big. So they're for the vinyl roll feeder that fits onto an SDX. So you have to activate it and use it from the PC downloadable version of Canvas Workspace, okay? So you have to do it that way. There's no other way around it. So we're going to pop this into here, and you can make them smaller and cut them on a CM. Really doesn't matter. If you're working on a CM machine, you're going to use your regular blade. So you're going to put your blade on about 1, so really, really low, and then you're going to drop your cut pressure to about -2 and see what you get. That should kiss cut it, but I don't know how old your blade is. So if your blade's newer or older, it will differ slightly, but try those settings. So if I now press start, it's going to go ahead and cut that for me, which is fantastic. I just think it's something a little bit different. Yesterday I was like, right, what can I show you? And I thought Builder Botanical is one of our older downloads, and I haven't thought about that one for quite a long time. So this is a great opportunity to get it. And when I got it, I was like, yeah, now I remember it was one of my favourites, and now I know why I need it, because you can build all these layered flowers. It's so much fun, honestly, it's great fun. And create beautiful pieces like this, you know, just simple bits of card, bits out of your bit box. You can do it out of that. Imagine this with just a strip down the middle with the roses on, just parts of the roses down the middle, with maybe a sentiment going horizontally. Right, I'm just going to cut this again because sometimes, and I don't know if this has happened, I don't know that this has happened, but what I'm going to do is just cut it again, because sometimes on the metallic vinyl, it might need a second cut just because it's denser. It's just the manufacturing process. But then we'll take this out and I'll show you how good this is, because it's blinking brilliant. It blows my mind how well this cuts vinyl. I remember being at Sandown And the people walking past me were going, yeah, and I could see them, they're coming over and they're like that, and they're like, could hear them going, my Cricut doesn't cut vinyl like that. I'm like, nope, you need to ScanNCut in your life, that's why. So it was really interesting, but this, honestly, brother have nailed the vinyl. It's absolutely phenomenal. Right, let's wait for this to finish. We're nearly there. It's going to cut that weeding box again. And a weeding box is a box that you put around the outside, so you don't need to peel back the whole sheet of vinyl. Right, let's undo this. I'm going to use my hook from my tools. I'm going to dig it into there, and we're just going to peel back. Look at that. Peel back that vinyl. What you don't want to do is let it drop on top of itself. Look at that. So you could then take these landlocked areas, piece it back in, and you've got 2 for the price of 1. And then if you just grab these and just dig in. We had a kit with a little weeding bin the other day, but it sold out. But look at that. How fabulous is that? And that's not the smallest by any stretch of the imagination. But look how beautifully it cuts that vinyl. Then you're going to take that transfer sheet, and all you're going to do is cut a little bit. All right, so a little bit that matches the size of that. So this is also available. Shop Arteza. Andrew, is it $12.99?
It is.
I think it is.
$12.99. There are 5 left to allocate.
There's 5 left, that's all. So if you want this, this is the one. It's 12 inches wide by 12 foot long. You're going to put this over here, and then you're going to burnish it down. I'll use my scraper. The little one would be cool for this because we're just working in a small area, the little one in your toolbox. And then what you're going to do is get underneath that transfer tape with that hook, and you're going to peel this back as flat as you can get it. And the reason you do it flat is because if you look, if I do this and pull it, it might miss that edge. If you ever find a letter that's been a little bit awkward, just encourage it with the hook, and then you've got your word ready to go onto your project. Isn't that fabulous? Simple as that. And then you put this back on here, obviously once you've taken the letters off, and you reuse that time and time and time again. So if you're in the market for some transfer tape, 12 inches wide, 12 foot long, Shop Arteza, $12.99. Right, shall we start at the beginning again, Andrew?
Yeah, do you want me to give him another clue?
Yes, I do. So Andrew's got this thing, right? So you've got to guess the film. And he gives you 5 clues to see. And he said this one's hard work because he's making you work for your money, says. Right, question number 1. This film is considered to be one of the best films of all time. This film is nearly 3 hours long. And hint number 3, this film won Best Picture at the Oscars. And tip number 4, this film was released in 1972. I don't know what it is. Do you know what it is? Put it in the comments. Right, let me talk to you about the deal that we've got for you today because it's a cracking deal. So we went back into our Tattered Lace archives last week and we chose 4 of the USBs and put them on as a digital download. Now these USBs were $79.99 when they first launched each. So you've got £320 worth of value. Yes, we knocked them down in price as we went on because we were ordering more and we brought the price down for you. However, they were $79.99 at launch. We're doing all 4 of them today for $49.99, so £12.50 each. But there's a better deal. So let me show you exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get number 1, which is flowers and foliage. So you're going to get all of these as 311 folders in total. Each folder may have 1 in, it might have 5 in, it might have 10 in, but the minimum obviously will be 1. But you've got all of these, they're all scalable. You can draw them all, foil them all, emboss them all. Paper pierce with some of these would look amazing. We're hoping that tool's going to be back in very, very soon. This is your second page of that USB. So you've got Anne, I remember these launching, Elizabeth, Counting the Moments, decorative elements in there, so you've got 5 in there. Now that one there, right there, is a label shape. So you've got that in hundreds of different sizes now as apertures, frames, all those different things. The flourishes are stunning on this. This one I showed you how to make this card last week, so you can watch that back on our Facebook page and learn how to make that with the doily. because there were some hints and tips that I gave you for doing that. If you're in the ScanNCut club, this is going to be brilliant because you're going to be able to play around with all of these different ones as well. And then look at this little lot. I know Amanda's eyes nearly popped out, but I read them. Number 28, all occasions. This is something for all occasions. Engagement, good luck in your new job, a new home, graduation, all sorts of different ones. Valentine's, wedding. I just need to grab a drink. You keep scanning on that, Amanda, otherwise I'm going to get a tickle and then that'll be it. It'll be over. Isn't that phenomenal? The content on this, excuse me, is quite extraordinary, but that's not it. Come back again. Next page. Look at that. Everything from baby, anniversary, bereavement, don't like making them, but we have to. Birth, birthday, all sorts of different opportunities as a digital download for $49.99 before your club discount, plus your loyalty points and no postage. Doesn't get much better than that. Mystical pattern list. So you've got your little Make-A-Wish fairy. These would be beautiful in silhouettes. Queen of Snowflakes was one of our biggest selling dies ever, as was the Regal Swan. You've got all your little fairies and your unicorns in here. You've got a wizard with the baby dragon. You've got a beautiful snow globe. This is crazy value for money, guys. Look at all this lot. Got dream catchers in there. Everything is magic on the unicorn. Some of these would be really good on the heat transfer vinyl on t-shirts and sweatshirts for the kids. Love that. Fairy Tale Castle. Look how beautiful that is. And then all of these different ones with your sentiments in there as well. You've got corners, you've got different doilies, but square doilies. So different mats and layers. And then you've got ovals, hearts, bows, bouquets, roses, helter-skelters, princess carriages, knickerbocker glories down there as well. You've got your hosta in there, which will be lovely for Christmas. You've got your little stitch up, which you can do and make it into a gatefold card. All of those. Now, if you just want that by itself, I say just, there's a lot there, isn't there? Shop lace, $49.99. Now then, we did a deal last week and we brought it to you today as well. We went into the archive again, but for cutting Craftorium this time, and we chose 4 different USBs. So we've got Daydreaming, Days Out, Pretty and Purposeful, and Build a Botanical. Now you can get all 4 of these for $49.99, £12.50 each. And the, I want to say Pretty and Purposeful and the Build a Botanical have papers, 200 backing papers on each. So you're getting all the content as SVG files plus 400 papers for $49.99. But there's a better deal. So last week we said if you bought this, the Tattered Lace download, at $49.99, when you came back today with the code that you will find on your order confirmation, you can get all 4 of these plus that 400 backing papers for £20. Amanda's like, what? What are we doing? I know, right? So let me show you what you're going to get. So this is just a very, very, very small amount of the papers that you're going to get on Build a Botanical. Aren't they lovely? Love that. I think really pretty. Okay, so you've got a nice, and that's 5 out of 200. Build a Botanical is all about what we've just done, building up those layered flowers. And you're going to get loads of flowers in here. Do you remember it now, Amanda? Imagine just seeing it, she's like, yeah, I remember it now. Plus all of these projects. So you're getting all of these projects plus all your flowers, which is amazing. So designer tips in there, and then look at all these different ones that you're getting. You'll add your inks, you'll add your paints, you might just cut them out watercolour card and watercolour them and then build them up. It's entirely up to you, but you're getting a plethora of different flowers all layered up, which is super, super cool. So if you haven't got lots of different colour cardstock, get your pens out and colour it. Literally, just get your pens out and colour it. Use your vinyl. Vinyl would be great for this, I have to say. And then you've got all of these different flowers going all the way through, like so. Aren't these just gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. Sunflowers in there, tulips in there, different styles. So we've got a front-facing one and a side-facing one. You've got your zinnias in there, your water lilies. And then you're going to get all of these projects. So you're going to get all of these different hints, tips and ideas. Look at that, the ladders. I love that. I think that's really cute. I'm going to make one of these for my hallway because I need to zhuzh it up a bit. Look at that. Isn't that fab? These are all made out of grey board. Now, I know loads of you bought tons of grey board in the past, so I'm sure you've got loads of it in your stash somewhere. And then you've got all of these different projects that will take you through. You've got 2 fonts in here as well. I need to find out where those fonts are, and then I can tell you at 12 o'clock because I can't find them at the moment. They're definitely there because I used them yesterday. I just can't remember where they were. Standard. And then you've got your 2 fonts. So you've got your bloom font in a cutting one and a drawing one, so you've got single line fonts on here, so if you want it to look like your handwriting. And then you've also got Meadow, 2 really lovely fonts in there as well. So if you're buying it as part of the bundle, forget the 200, well, with 200 backing papers, £5. Mad, isn't it? Mad. We've lost the plot. Right, daydreaming. Now, this isn't fully printed out because there's lots more to this, but I've just printed out the big wow projects because you've got the carousel in here. This is one of our most favourite, most loved projects. You've also got your fairy castle. So if you've got little ones in your house, this is going to be great because you'll just watch their imagination spark. You've got the toadstools in there, and you get everything with the grass and the flowers and all of that. You've also got a caravan in there as well. You've got a lovely bow in there. And then these are your cutting lists and your instructions for those main projects. But there's lots more. There's gift boxes, there's bags, there's a hot air balloon. There's all sorts in this one, which is really cool. So that's daydreaming. Pretty and Purposeful is all about making your own storage. This was by far our fastest selling one. It was absolutely, just went mad. I can remember it now. I was with Dave Bradford in the main set in the old Create and Craft buildings, and he looked at me and he went, I don't think we're going to have enough stock. And I went, nope, I agree with you. So on this one, you're going to get a bits and bob shelf, a book drawer, cuckoo clock shelves, display shelves, drawer set, key holder. You're going to get a large tissue box, a layered box, letter holder, makeup storage boxes, slider lid storage, tabletop storage, tall box, tea box, a thingy, because we couldn't think of a name, 3 drawers, tissue box and toiletry box. So you're going to get all of these. Look how fabulous these projects are. Again, made with your grey board, so it's nice and sturdy. I'm going to just flick through them this way because otherwise it's going to take, they'll all end up on the floor. Book drawer. So you've got this one that looks like a book, but it has a secret drawer, shows you how to build it and put it together. You've got your little cuckoo clock shelves in there. You've got shelves for your little candles, if that's what you want to do, or it could be your mica powders or your glitters or whatever it is you use. This is my favourite because it's got all the little drawers in it, so you've got loads of room for lots of bits. You've got key holder in there. Again, all the written instructions, large tissue box, layered boxes, loads and loads and loads and loads of different projects. Letter holder. I'm going to make one of those this weekend. You've got makeup storage box. This is cool because the lid is as deep as, the lid is not quite as deep as the base, but not far off, so you can turn it over and have both of them open. That's a great one for teenagers' room. You've got slider lid storage boxes in here. You've got tabletop storage for your dies. This is one of my favourites. I have this in a black and cream Kaiser craft paper, I think it is, on our hallway with all my receipts in. Just keep all my receipts in it. Tea box where you can put your fancy tea bags in. The thingy, because I couldn't think what to call it. The thingy. You've got your shelves in here with your drawers. All of this little lot. Tissue boxes. What a lovely gift that would be, wouldn't it? Toiletries box. All sorts of different things. I mean, we call it a toiletries box. You can put what you want in it. It's yours. You make your mind up. You decide. Right, so that little lot is all Pretty and Purposeful. Front cover on there. There we go. And you also get some papers. Now, I just printed 3 of this morning because I didn't want to print all 200 because that was just a waste of paper. But you get some really funky ones. You get some very ditzy prints in there as well, which are pretty. And then some neutrals too. So all of that little lot, Pretty and Purposeful. And then our final one is days out. So basically, you can buy the tattered lace for $49.99 by itself. That is shop lace. You can buy this one, these Cutting Craftorium by themselves, shop archive for $49.99, or you can buy both for $69.99. That's before your club discount, plus your loyalty points, no shipping. Why would you not? This is incredible. We're going to make this windmill this afternoon, believe it or not. Got all the pieces cut and all the tape on it. So we're going to make this windmill. I'm going to show you how to resize it all and how to build it. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to create matte layers. Because way back then, we didn't do matte layers for things like this. But if you just want to cut it in one colour and use some of the downloads that we've got, this is going to be perfect for that. So, and here you've got a camera, canal boat, car, compass, cuckoo clock, Eiffel Tower, bicycle gift box, cloud gift box, hot air balloon gift box, kite gift box, picnic hamper, pizza box, pyramid box, radio box, Russian doll gift box, suitcases. You've got umbrella on there, hot air balloon, phone box, passport holder, plane, windmill, Russian doll, bunting, cake toppers, cards, cupcake toppers, cupcake wraps, decals, envelopes, that's going to be a good one, and gift tags. Look at this little lot that you've got in here. These are fabulous, all with your cutting lists, all with your step-by-step instructions. How lovely is that? The Eiffel Tower's fabulous, isn't it? Love these. You've got your little bikes in there, you've got your different boxes in there. Love that pizza box. Even if you just use it as the box shape, for this price, amazing. Absolutely amazing value for money. Look at the telephone box. Remember those, don't you? 10 pence. 10 pence coin. That's the windmill that we're going to make this afternoon. Right, so we're going to start the windmill at 12 and then we're going to build up and finish it off at 6. So please make sure that you stay tuned and that you come and join me in those hours. Just pop those over there. Now then, our Amanda, who's now on cameras, is on a mission to get you making different shaped cards. So she's been bringing you some templates. And this is the latest release. So on this one, you're going to get your diamond pop-up card, which is this one. These are as SVG files. So when Amanda brought them to you last week, they were SVG files, but she concentrated on the templates, on the Mylar templates. So for people who don't have a ScanNCut, these are available as SVG files with the matte layers. That's the bit for me. So you get your mats and layers that go with it. Then you don't have to start working it all out. I'm going to teach you how to work it all out with the windmill this afternoon. It's doable and it's really cool, but you'll get these included already. Then you've got the pop-up box. So our pop-up box, which is here. So that will cut that out for you. Remember, all of these you can make bigger or smaller. So this isn't just the size that they come in. You can make them bigger and smaller. You then also get your side panel fold card like that or like that. And this is all cut from our posh paper. I'll show you that in a minute because this card is brilliant on the ScanNCut. And then last but by no means least, you've got your steps, which is super cool as well. That way around, like that. There we go. So all 4 of those, shop SVG, $9.99. Right, while we're doing that, let me show you this cardstock because it's fabulous. And
very quickly, the transfer tape has fully allocated.
Okay, transfer tape's fully allocated. I thought it was. It would. Right, let me bring this lot. Where am I going to put this lot? I don't know. Losing my tape. It's all falling apart. Everything's going. Right, bear with. This is the problem being on your own. You can't hide anything. It just happens. It is what it is. Oh, old knees. Bear with. On the counter. Right. Okay. We're here. Now then, this is a deal and a half. Every single piece of card in here will cut beautifully on your ScanNCut. You're going to get 4.5 kilograms of this. This is A3 Plus. The mono sold out because we used it in the ScanNCut Club. So this is the one that we've got left. We might use this next. I haven't decided yet. So you're going to get 20 sheets of everything I'm about to show you. This is A3 Plus. So you're going to get 20 red. This is going to be perfect if you're going to make that telephone box. This is going to be great for that. It's solid core, so it's perfect for your ScanNCut. So you get 20 sheets of that. You'll then get 20 sheets of this, which is a slightly lighter weight. And it's a very, 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 very soft, warm grey. It's beautiful colour. So you're going to get 20 sheets of that. You're then going to get 20 sheets of this that looks almost like Basildon Bond. If you remember that writing paper. You also get 20 sheets of it in the ivory. This, if you print on this, so cut it down to A4, put it through your regular inkjet printers, it looks amazing. Almost looks like watercolour because of the texture you've got in the background. Then we've got this lovely cream, which is brilliant. If you're buying your SVGs, I would highly recommend this card because it is just lovely weight. It's 300 GSM, that one. Your machine will cut it twice, but that's all right. That's what it's meant to do. And then also you've got this one that has a very, very slight texture to it. It feels and looks like watercolour card, and Stephanie's been using this for exactly that. So 120 sheets for $29.99 is an amazing price, right? That's ridiculous. 4.5 kilograms, especially for this quality and at this time in our industry, because I'll tell you something, card gone through the roof, but we've got an extra deal for you. So these normally are $9.99 each. We did a deal where you got 3 for $12.99. If you buy that Posh card, Shop Posh, $29.99, you're going to get that lot free, which is amazing. So on each one of these, in each one of these packs, you've got a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch and 1 inch width of a tissue tape. So it is removable if you use an adhesive eraser. It's super thin, so you can put it behind the finest of papers and you won't see it through. And on each one of these, you've got 28 meters or 84 foot, not in each pack, on each roll in each pack. So a lot of tape, and you're not paying a penny for that. So $29.99 for card that you're going to be able to use in the club and do all those amazing things with it. Perfect for your card blanks, perfect for your templates. That little lot is free if you buy Shop Posh, $29.99. Right, Andrew, do I need to go through the paper downloads?
Can we show
Storage
the
bag.
storage bag?
Yes, we can. Absolutely, we can. I'm coming round. To get you. Right, now then, this is a bit special, isn't it? This is a fabulous bag. This comes from Brother, so it is official Brother ScanNCut merchandise. This isn't a company that's gone, we'll make a bag for ScanNCut. This comes from Brother themselves. It's shop bag. It's $94.99 and it's brilliantly made. So you've got a telescopic handle that pulls up to 2 different levels. So if you're a little shorty like me and Amanda, perfect. If you're a bit taller like Andrew, perfect. It has 360-degree rotating wheels on this, which is actually really just fabulous, okay? So that makes it really easy to wheel. Then we go into here. So we've got a nice big pocket at the front. You've got your ScanNCut logo down there. Now then, this is the difference between buying a quality bag and buying a cheaper bag. If I'm doing this and I've got to get this in my car, right, so I have to go all the way down, hopefully not back on the way up, and lift it up and put it in the boot. Now there's a ScanNCut in this, so it is quite heavy already. However, how much easier is this? Handles on the side, lift it up like that in your boot. Much, much easier. That for me, that was the first thing I looked at. I was like, please tell me it's got handles on the side. Of course it's got handles on the side. Then you've got this double zip. So you've got your zip that opens up all the way around. Love these pockets. Look how they've made the seam at the corner there. So it actually comes out so you can get all your electrics in without putting any stress on that plastic. All your tools and your accessory kits could go in there. You've got a pocket here where your cardstock could go in. You've got another one exactly the same there that your mats all fit in. And then, this is a bit for me. Look at this. How lovely is this? It's got its own little cradle. Isn't that cute? And it's padded, so it's a really well-made product. The padding on this, I would say, is probably 1 centimetre deep. It's padded, it's got seams down the middle, so it's not just one piece, it folds. It's got the amazing handles. Look how they've done the handles. Instead of making them too wide, they've stitched it across there, so it's really easy to get hold of. And then you just lift that up, open up your bag, and your baby goes inside the bag on its cradle, just like that. Now look at the amount of space you've got left in that bag. a lot of space. It's a fabulous, fabulous product, and I would absolutely recommend treating yourself to this because it's a really, really, really good quality bag. Okay. Right, shall we go back to demo? Come on. Shop bag, $94.99. Right, now then, I want to talk to you about the Tattered lace download that we've got. Let me just clear up a minute. Give us a minute and clear up. I've got stuff everywhere. Look at this lot. This is what my desk looks like all the time. And I don't have time to tidy it in between. So it just becomes more and more chaotic. But we are going to hire a skip. I'm going to come in on a Sunday and empty all the cupboards. Get rid of all the stuff that we don't need anymore. Right, that can go down there for now. These, I'll just show you these again because these are from my my lovely friends on our ScanNCut club. So we've got Tracy Brown, made that one. This was their homework or their cards in the first place. Susan Jordan, love the fact that she's used the quirky bird. Isn't that lovely? Very pretty. We've got Happy Birthday from Pauline Lamb. We've got Adore from Lynn Paffett. Turn them over, get them the right way around. There you go. Then we've got beautiful. On the all, I love the fact they're all different. Carol Harris, Alison Deacon. Isn't that lovely? Love the colour choices there. This is beautiful. Look how pretty that is. That one's by Brenda. We've got Celebrate. This is Denise Carr. We've got John Blakeman. Very pretty, John. Love this colour. This is lovely. Liz Greenwell. And then we've also got, look at that. Thank you, Mel. I love that. Lynn Bryant. So all of those are from the club. If you want to join the club, it is shop. Is it club, Andrew?
Shop Club.
Shop Club. It's $29.99 for 3 months. Each month you will get an SVG download, which will be worth the £10. So even if you know your ScanNCut inside out, it's worth doing it. You'll also get a class that will have been pre-filmed that you can, it's on their account, Andrew, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stays on your account, so you'll always be able to access it and watch it back. There's also a Facebook group that you're invited to join, which is lovely. There's over a couple of hundred of you already in there and all sharing your ideas, which is fab. And then you'll also get access to a unique email address. And that email address will come straight through to me, and then I'll be able to answer your questions. It won't be every single day, because we haven't got time to do it every single day, but we will go in there regularly and check for you as well, which is just great, isn't it? Right, I want to bring up, Andrew, I need you to help me get this TV set sorted out, please, because right now it's not picking up this computer, and I don't know why.
Because it's shut.
Is that what it is? When I open it and switch it on? Oh, yeah. Is it working now? There you go. See, I told you I don't do technology. I'm like, why is it not working? I don't know. Right, I'm going to take you into Canvas Workspace a little for a minute now because I want to show you something. So, this is why I don't do it. Blinking pop-ups, they drive me crazy. Let's get into Canvas Workspace. There we are. Right, oh, go away. Right, I'm just going to go and grab the index that I printed off. And then I want to show you something that's really cool. And I have to find it first because I forgot. Honestly, my memory is shocking at the moment. Right, I'm trying to find a corner with a rose in it, with a butterfly in it rather. Now then, which one was it? I have to find it because I want to show you how you can take a file apart and create something different from it. So, I don't think it was on that one. Oh, honestly, Melanie, organise, love. Doesn't matter how early I come in here, I'm still not organised when we go live. It's going to be the last page, isn't it? Of course it is. Is it? Where are you? 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 Come on. Melanie. Oh, I can't find it. Right, I'll see if I can find it in my projects and show you this way, honestly. Oh, mouse. I keep going from a touchpad to a mouse and I keep forgetting. This is all my stuff that I've been doing this morning, bright and early, so that I can show you this afternoon. Right, let me see where it is that I started with. Right down here somewhere. There it is. That's what I wanted. So this is on your Tattered lace download. Okay, now it comes in 2 separate parts, and I'm hoping that it will still allow me to ungroup this lot. Right, so it's ungrouped, okay? So when you import it into Canvas Workspace, it's automatically ungroups it, which is great. because it gives you the opportunity. Gosh, I've got loads of them on there, haven't I? I've got all sorts going on there. It gives you the opportunity to play around. So I'm hoping that this now will still be, yes, I can ungroup it. Right, so this is the inside detail. We've got rid of the outside edge. Now the outside edge you could weld to a card to make a fancy card shape. But what I want to show you is how you make a butterfly with a matte layer from this. Okay, because this is the fun bit. So when we say there's 311 folders and you get all of these different designs inside, it's then what the other stuff that you can do with it as well that's the exciting bit. So first of all, I can see the butterfly there. Okay, so I can see that quite clearly. So first of all, I'm going to get rid of all the stuff that's around it. So I'm going to drag down there, put that in the bin. I don't want that line there either that looks like the butterfly antenna, because that's just a detail line that's in there. And then I'm going to come up from the bottom here and I'm going to grab as many of these as I can and pop those in the bin. And then I'm going to work, so if I click on that one and then press shift on my keyboard, I can pick up all the other pieces, including that little line, and put those all in the bin together. So I've now got my butterfly. Okay, and this is what you'll see. So a graphic designer will sit there and design all these shapes and put them together to make a butterfly. So that's great, but I want an outside edge and I want a matte layer. Okay, so first of all, we're going to grab all of them. Now, I don't want that little bit there. There's a little speck there. Can you see? I had a lady contact me the other day to say that it wouldn't allow her to download a shape, and it kept coming up with the error message that there was a shape outside of the matte area. And because she was importing, I'm sure she won't mind me telling you this, when she was importing the file, it was 2 letters, and she was importing it from her projects. So she was bringing it on and it was one piece, but what she didn't realise were there were stray bits from previous projects. So if you ever get that message and you think that everything is inside that mat, if you go to edit and select all, like physically go to edit and select all, it will then put a box around everything. And if your box is this big, you know there's something else somewhere, but it'll show you where it is. So that's a little tip for you as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab all this and I'm going to group it together. So we go to edit and we go to group. Okay, now I want 2 of these, so I'm going to duplicate it because I want to be able to delete one off once I've done it. So we're going to move that one over there because we're not using that at the moment. Now we need to make all of these individual pieces bigger so they overlap each other so that we can weld them together to make a butterfly shape. So if I go to edit first of all and go to offset, and we're going to create an offset. Now I'm going to start with 2 millimeters and see if that's enough. So 2 millimeters, I want it outward because I want it to be bigger, and I want to delete the original. Yeah, I do. So we're going to press OK because I've duplicated it, so it's not a problem now. Now we can see here, let's see if we can weld all that lot together. So it's created a larger version by 2 millimeters of each of those individual pieces. So if I go to edit now and weld, we'll see what it tells me. Look at that, perfect. If you don't want those little shapes in there, so if you don't want to be bothered going in and getting rid of all of those, which I get, if you undo it and go back to the original, if you then grab that and create a 3 millimeter outward offset line, so you make it bigger and delete the original, that will get rid of those little holes when we weld this. So you can see all we're doing is making those shapes overlap. So we're going to go to edit and weld, and there's your perfect one without those little bits in. Now, if you think, yeah, but that's all right, Mel, but 3 mils too wide. Okay, so we'll keep that one. We'll duplicate that because that can be for our matte layer. We'll duplicate that one so we've got a matte layer for later on. And then this one, we'll go to edit and we will create a 1 millimeter inward. So instead of being 3, we're taking it back to 2, but we're taking it back to 2 without all the bits in it. So if we create a 1 millimeter inward and press OK, that then is my perfect matte layer for my butterfly to sit inside. So now that butterfly, instead of cutting into the cardstock, will cut out of the cardstock. If you then want to create a border with those, so if I grab both of those, I'm just going to align them so that I'm happy with the alignment centrally, vertically, and centrally horizontally. I can then divide this. So if I go to edit and divide, what it's done now is punched all those little pieces, those individual elements, out through that back panel that we've just created. So you've now got a butterfly. You've got a butterfly that will cut in, you've got a butterfly that will cut out, and you've got a matte layer for it as well, which is super cool. So if I get rid of those, now at any point you can go Project Plus, so where the little plus is there, and you can save that. So next time you come to do it, you don't need to do that again. But what you can also do is if I just rotate that slightly so it's straight, I can now weld these to a shape. So if I do 3 of those, let's do 3. So duplicate it so I've got 3, it's thinking about it. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Now, sometimes when you rotate in canvas, when you come to weld, it rotates itself back. So sometimes what you have to do is go down, send it down to your machine, rotate it on your machine, send it back to canvas. I don't know why it does it, it just does. And I've asked the question, and I don't think they know the answer. It's just one of those things, you know, with technology where you go, those little things. Right, so I want these evenly spaced. So I'm going to start with my centre one first of all. So I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to pop you about there like that, okay? So I'm going to grab both of those and we're going to edit and we're going to align them centrally horizontally so it goes in the middle of that rectangle. And then if I go to edit and weld, that's welded that butterfly to there. Then I'm going to go into this one and I'm going to position this to the top like that. So we're going to position this. I'm going to move it slightly over again. Click off it if you get too many boxes. There we go. I'm going to click off it slightly. And this time I'm going to align this to the top. So edit and align it to the top. So I know that butterfly is right at the top. And I'm also going to align it to the right, because then I know that it's in exactly the same place as this one is. And then I'm going to go to edit and I'm going to weld that. So I've now got my 2 butterflies. Then this one I'm going to bring down here. I'm going to position that where I want it to be. I'm going to grab all of that and I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to align it centrally horizontally. Oh, undo, don't want to do that one. So we're going to align this to the bottom. We're going to align it to the bottom like that. And then we're also going to align it to the right. So it lines up with all those 3 butterflies, and then we just go to edit and weld. If you don't divide those first, it won't work. You have to divide them. Has to see it as one piece. But look how fabulous that is. Now that's come from one of the hundreds and hundreds of files, if not thousands of files, that you've got in that Tattered Lace download. This started as a butterfly flourish. It's now the side of a card. This is the kind of thing that you can get to when you play around with your ScanNCut. Right, Andrew, I need to do the next clue and then a quick recap for you. So, number 1, this film is considered to be one of the best films of all time. Number 2, this film is nearly 3 hours long. Question number 3, this film won Best Picture at the Oscars. Number 4, this film was released in 1972. And number 5, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse, is a quote from the film. I still have no idea.
And number 6, it's 1 word, not 2 words.
Oh, number 6, it's 1 word, not 2 words. I don't know what it is, so I can't help you. I don't know.
You'll know when you hear it.
Can you write it on there for me, then I know what it is. Right, let's have another quick look at this tattered lace, because bearing that in mind, imagine all the amazing things you can do now, which is really cool, right? So you've got all of these. Are you coming in to have a look, Amanda? You've got all of these. So flowers and foliage is going to get you this amazing birdhouse. That was one of our just beautiful dies. I would build that up. I'd cut 2 or 3 of those and build them up to make it look like chipboard, or maybe cut them out of grey board. Might be a little bit too intricate for a thicker board. You might need a thinner one. And then all these elements. So this you can cut in or cut out, because you've just seen me divide. You could weld these to the top of a card. All those different things that we do, Now you can translate that and put it into this. Also, some of these will be incredible as vinyl. They're just gorgeous, absolutely glorious. I love the buckles because then you've got ribbon sliders, but you could take the detail in there and do something completely different with it. You've got corners, which you could probably make into frames. You've got all these opportunities when you have a digital library. Look at this lot. This is all about the different occasions through the years. And if we just look at good luck, you've got good luck that goes from there all the way to there. So you've got several different options. So this is one of those downloads that you're going to use all the time because it's got all the occasions you could possibly think of. Well, most of them. That would be fabulous out of vinyl. Black and white card, that in bright red in the middle with hugs and kisses underneath, XOXO, that would be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And a really nice modern card, even though it's traditional tattered lace. You've got all of these elements here with these doilies. The crosses on this are absolutely exquisite. They're stunning. You've got the christening snuggles pram down here, another one of our biggest sellers. You've got the little animals up here. Maybe you're decorating a nursery and you want some artwork for that, but you want to make the artwork. This is how you're going to do it. Absolutely phenomenal. Look at that. It's a doll's house. Isn't that cute? Excuse me. You've got angel wings in there. Then we go on to our mystical. So our pattern list for mystical, you've got mermaids in there. I love her. I love that little fairy. She's gorgeous. You've got a mermaid. You've got a little minx. This is such a positive affirmation to send to your children, your grandchildren, you need anybody. Be your own kind of beautiful. Make that mirror up. Absolutely stunning. If you could get a piece of acetate, you could use your mirror spray and put that behind, and that on vinyl, be your own kind of beautiful. What a positive affirmation that is. Aren't these just wonderful images? That is just incredible. That snowflake out of vinyl will look amazing. So you've got all of those and all of these. There's 311 folders in total. Some folders have one image in, some folders have many, many more. But all of these that you can break down and start to play around with. I'm not guaranteeing that every single one of them will work in Canvas Workspace because something like this has lines in it. You can't divide lines. But what you could do is isolate those flower heads and do that bit like we've just done with the butterfly. They're just, honestly, it's an amazing, amazing deal. So if you want that just by itself, all of those, it's shop lace and it's $49.99. We have the 4 cutting craftoriums. So we have Daydreaming, Days Out, Pretty and Purposeful, and Build a Botanical. 2 of those come with 200 backing papers on each. So 4 collections from Cutting Craftorium Archive with all those amazing projects on them, plus 400 backing papers for $49.99. However, if you buy both together, so if you bought the Tattered Lace one last week, when you printed off your order confirmation or when you view your order confirmation, there'll be a code on it. All you need to do is type that code into the website when you get to checkout and it will put it in your basket for £20. £20 for 400 backing papers and 4 collections of Cutting Craftorium from the archive. That's remarkable because you've got 2 fonts on one of them. You pay more than that for a font. So that's that bit. If you missed that deal last week where we launched this, we brought it to the show for you. So if you want both the Cutting Craftorium and the Tattered Lace, so 8 collections over all of it, shop bundle $69.99 before your club discount. That's £10 less than you would have paid for one of the SVG USBs when they first launched. That's amazing. Absolutely incredible value for money. Shop bundle $69.99. I'm just going to show you through a few of these samples because our lovely Vicky Deakin, we're sending you all our love, Vicky. She's been a bit poorly, but she's getting there. Look how lovely this is. Look how she's created that. She's used one of the sentiments, she's used one of the nested sets, and then she's added some of her flowers on. We're getting a new brand here at Twilight Crafts. Won't be instant, but that reminds me of it. then we've got this one. Now, this has been done with the paper piercing kit. Look how beautiful this is. One of those doilies, if you manage to get your hands on that, we are getting it back in. I'm hoping it's going to be sometime next week. So as soon as we've got it, you'll know about it because I'll be screaming it from the rooftops. But look how beautiful this is. She's created matte layers, done the paper piercing in there. Gives it a completely different look to a cutting file. You could draw it, foil it, emboss it, do all those incredible things. This one is another one. Look how lovely this is with the parchment or the vellum in the middle. Isn't that great? And then the colour in the background. They're just extraordinary. And then go to the other end of the scale. Look at that. How fab is that? Amanda's roaring quietly. All of those. What? What?
I picked a winner because we've only got 30 seconds, 20 seconds left.
Oh my God. Right, sorry. Right. Left or right, Amanda? Left or right?
Left.
Left or right, Amanda?
Left.
Thank you. Right, spin the wheel. Let's see what number we're on. Who's won? Number 7.
Spin again.
No, actually, it's not spin again. Goodie bag. Who's won? Who's won, please?
Nikki Mays.
Nikki Mays. Yes, Nikki. Goodie bag's on its way to you. Please message us, help at Highlight Crafts, and we will send you out that goodie bag, which is really, really, really cool. I'm going to say goodbye now. I think Stephanie's up next with painting. Yes, she is. And I'll see you back here at 12 where we're going to start the windmill. Bye, everybody.